All right, welcome Monday, January 27th to the Ruts Podcast. If you watched
welcome.
If you watched our live video, you would know that this is pre-recorded because we travel out of town, and I'm not going to try to fake it anymore.
Yeah.
So
it was uncomfortable to try to get on the same project in the same hotel and the same, time frame when we're both exhausted at the end of the day. So we just do this back to back to back to back.
Yeah, we just pre-record. I mean, a lot of podcasts do it. It's not like we're the first people to do this. I know
this
plenty.
was our idea. Everybody else has done what we've been doing.
And making a lot of money off of it, fucking assholes. Like as always, I'm going to say, we only try to say it twice. Like, subscribe the video, share it. If you have any comments, comment in any videos. We try to review the comments. If we missed one, please show up on our Sundays live 2 p.m. Central every Sunday. And if we're not
Central
is the
Standard
key.
Time.
Central Standard Time is the key. And if we're not there at 2 p.m., well, that means because Joel's eating Chipotle and we'll be a little bit later.
Or daylight savings time has been abolished.
Yeah, and then we'll have to get adjusted to that. But this episode, I was going to talk a lot about colleges and then kind of go into marketing. So college, right? College nowadays, that they, at least I know when we were growing up, Joel, I don't know if they're pushing this hard nowadays, but I know we were growing up, remember, it was like you had to go to college. That's the only way. Your parents instilled it in you. If you want to have a career, you better go to college, right? Well, now, as I was talking to my uncle, he was at Tech in the 70s. He's an engineer, and we were just talking about like how just completely worthless colleges are nowadays. Yeah, if you stay in the STEM, the science, technology, engineering, mathematics division, it has some merit, but like they're just, these people come out of these colleges, they get these fucking bullshit degrees in, women's studies or history or, anything like that. And I understand history is important to a certain point, but like, do we really need 15 years of fucking history, through elementary, high school, and college? Like they're just money grabs, man. They're just taking your money.
Yeah.
Like colleges used to be like only the greatest and the brightest went. Now it's like, oh, you have money, you can get a fucking loan. Sure, we'll slap a degree on here for you.
They monetized it.
Yeah, and that's the problem right now is colleges. The paper you get's not worth the fucking paper. It's the money.
In Goodwill Hunting, my brain is worth $250,000 because they went to Harvard or
yeah,
whatever.
Exactly. Like if you're a genius, you don't need college. Let's just be honest. Yeah, do we need college? I do believe there need to be some kind of standard for doctors, pharmacists, engineers. They need to have a standard type program to teach them and stuff, but you don't need to force people to take the bullshit classes. And this is where I'm gonna get to the main topic. What do you got going on right here?
Oh, this is just Trump being Trump.
Tariffs were issued by the third hole in Columbia. This is live, guys. This is live reporting not live for you, but live for us.
Yeah. Anyways, I didn't mean to distract. No. It was too funny.
No, and this is what I wanted to bring. The whole thing about college was I wanted to bring up this is about the marketing division. So marketing, right? Who the actual fuck are these companies hiring nowadays for marketing? Like I feel like back in the day, the commercials were like somewhat kind of catchy and they gave you a reason to want to buy things. Have you actually seen a commercial as of recent, Joel, that like you watched, like not an item you were gonna buy, right? Mm-hmm. But you're just sitting there watching a commercial and you're like, holy fuck, I wasn't gonna buy this, but now that I've seen this commercial, now I need it. The
problem is I see a lot of car commercials. There's cars that I can't even afford. So I'm just like, why are you advertising this so much? If I wanted a Lexus or, whatever, I'd want to get it because I know what a Lexus is or a Honda or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like,
that's a great jumping off point. Why on the holidays is it like, you know what you need to get her for Christmas? A brand new Mercedes.
Yeah.
Brand new Lexus.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have the fucking money.
Yeah.
Like if
duh.
Like no
duh.
No, fuck her. I want the fucking brand new F-250 pickup. I want the Rams 2500. What? Where are those commercials? Like, we're to take care of you. Like, we don't have the money. Like, do they not
seeing
really?
the 30-second commercial, I'm going to spend $100,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna go break the fucking bank.
It must be a really good commercial.
Yeah, and they Super Bowl's coming up. Think about how the millions they spend on these Super Bowl commercials. Who actually watched the Super Bowl commercial for a Lexus and went out
for entertainment
the next day and bought a fucking Lexus? Yeah.
I wonder if there's numbers from the day after Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
like how many Lexuses actually get fucking bought? Okay, and not just bought, how many actually stay and don't get repossessed? That'd be the next. It's like the beer commercials, right? Like the beer you and me like, I have never seen a commercial for it.
Yeah.
Not one fucking time. You know why? Because it's just a good fucking product.
Yeah.
And they go by name recognition. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, have you ever had a Yuengling? Oh, fuck. I'll never forget. The first time I was introduced to that was I was in Louisiana, and this guy asked me, he's like, you want to, I was like, can I get a Dos Equis? And he's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck do you want that for? And I was like, I want a good beer. He's like, he laughed, and he literally took a Yuengling off, and he opened it, he said, he put it on the bar and said, if you don't like it, I'll pay for it. I
Nice.
bought like 10 that night.
Nice.
They were fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, I'm like, man, what is this? He's like, they don't have it in Texas? Like, well, they do now. But I was
Yeah.
like, no, they don't have that. He's like, stock up. I think I bought like 4 cases back to Texas.
Oh, you're taking product across.
Oh,
state
yeah.
lines.
Fucking tariffs. But yeah, like,
The rebel you.
yeah, the rebel.
Fugitive.
But you see these Bud Light commercials, and it's like, you know, remember the old back in the day, like the twins are like, and some twins. Like, were there people out there like buying Bud Light thinking that if they bought this beer, that 2 blonde women would show up in their fucking
yeah.
room, and, like,
Budweiser, Budweiser.
or the Coors train, cold as the Rockies, Coors. You know,
Yeah.
it's not.
I
It's not
never-
that fucking gold.
I never put 2 and 2 together until I drove by it in Boulder. I was like in Golden, I think it is, and I actually saw
The Rocky Mountains.
Well, it never made sense to me until I drove past it. I was like, "Oh, that's where they're. Oh, the mountains and
Yeah.
all." It like hit me like a ton of bricks until I drove back, and I actually lived in Denver area, and I drove past that all the time on 36. It was that highway going to Boulder, or I don't remember the roads out there,
Yeah.
but it was just like. That's how much of a commercial thing that it did to me that I didn't even know Coors came from the Rocky Mountains. I didn't care.
Yeah, you just like, oh, it's cold beer. Okay, cool.
Commercials didn't impact me. Those focus groups
Yeah.
didn't do their job
and-
all throughout my life.
And I know right now, someone out there, if they watch this episode, that's a marketing person, they're like, oh, marketing does work. You're talking about it. No, we're talking about it because I'm trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
Yes, do I remember the commercials? Absolutely. Have I ever made a conscious choice to buy your product because of the commercial? Never. I actually don't like Bud Light. I think it's a shit fucking beer. I don't like Coors. It tastes like piss. So no, I don't ever go out and be like, you know what? Because I saw the Budweiser commercial in the 90s, now I want to drink a Budweiser. You know, no, and I don't drink beer because I've seen commercials. I drink beer because it messes with your fucking head
Oh,
and because
no.
life is depressing.
Oh, no.
Let's be honest.
You know what commercial does work?
Which one?
Movie trailers.
Yeah, well, that movie, you were right, but movie trailer, it's a, see, the thing about movie trailers and TV trailers, it's a product that you watch. So of course, if you watch a clip of it, it makes sense. But like, okay, like the fucking, have you seen the Pop-Tart commercial? Like they go so hard in the paint with the Pop-Tart popping out and it's eating itself. It's fucking cannibalism.
Ugh,
Yeah, it's
I've
cannibalism.
never seen that one.
Yeah, it's fucking cannibalism.
Again,
Like,
I'm proving everybody's point. I've never seen that commercial.
but you eat but see, the thing is though, you eat Pop-Tarts, but you don't eat Pop-Tarts because you saw the fucking commercial. You know,
I think I'd be disgusted if I saw a Pop-Tart eating it.
I would like to think, how much cheaper would our product be if the Pop-Tart box just said Pop-Tarts on it and it was just a blue box, no logo, no print. Like I feel
no
like
commercials.
yeah,
because they're spending
yeah,
advertising money.
because we're having to pay for the advertising. It's like the box, and
Interesting.
commercials aren't
I've
just.
never thought about that.
Yeah. I was this is the shit that goes in my mind when I'm walking around Walmart after work. You know, I look at these boxes and I look at the prices and I'm like, you know, I didn't pick the Cheez-It box because it looked fancier than the Walmart brand. I picked it because the Walmart brand tastes like ass. You know? Or because I just wanted the name brand. But I feel like if I just had
But
a
you're going
dump,
against human psychology now because everything pretty looks like the kid will point
that
to it. And
yeah,
be
because
like, I want that.
that's because some psychologist was like, you know what, people need to do this. You got to make it look like this and look like this, or people. No one gives a fuck. Okay, because if you like the product, you're gonna grab it. You could put Coke in a bottle and not even see the color. It could be just I could not see anything. I'll still grab that bottle of Coke because that's what I want.
Do you think RFK is going to
I
take
hope
away
it
the
does.
high
I hope-
fructose syrup?
I hope all that goes away. I hope all that shit.
You know
goes
what
away.
they did?
What?
FDA renamed all the red dye stuff to different like names and nomenclatures, so
They could keep it.
It's kind of like the DEI. They're trying to instead of the DEI chief advisor or whatever, they're now like a senior advisor.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They're scrambling like little roaches right now.
Well, see, in Texas, I mean, probably this happens nationwide, but I can talk to Texas. So in Texas, every 2 years, they have to redo the the methamphetamine law that makes meth illegal because chemists changed the compounds, and the law does not say methamphetamine's illegal. It literally lists like all pages of it now of the compounds that are in that can produce methamphetamine. Because technically, a good lawyer, if the meth that they're technically a good lawyer, if they paid for the a chemical breakdown, if those chemicals are not listed as on the ban list, then you technically don't have methamphetamine, even though it might do what methamphetamine does.
Shouldn't that be like revised every day, not like every 2
Well,
years?
because in Texas it's every 2 years that the Senate meets, and then they meet
Special
they
legislation
do
and
every
all
2 years, and they push the book out. So they're actually 4 years behind. So 2 years to meet, 2 years to make the book, and then
It seems like these crooks could get away with it.
They do, and they get away with all the fucking time for it.
That's what I was just saying. Like, shouldn't they be meeting every day to change like the nomenclature?
Well, we pay all our senators enough to fucking meet daily. They should stop
Playing patty cake.
Yeah, playing patty cake and all that other shit. But like I'm gonna give a shout out for Carry On. Look at this packaging, guys. Oh, you can't see it with the green screen. I'm gonna describe it for you. It just says On. It's a little light blue, very low graphics, very low design. Doesn't stick out. Doesn't make you go like, yeah,
because you need it.
Yeah,
you don't.
I don't. Yeah,
I already know what you're going.
The
for.
only reason it's blue is because that way you can be like, blue is mint, red is cinnamon.
Yeah, it's easier to know what flavor you're getting into.
Yeah, but if they took that away, all it would make it harder for is the clerk behind the thing. It would make it harder than me. I would still be like, I want mint. And that clerk, if I could do, if this would save 10 cents, I would be okay with the blue going away and just being white.
So I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what is everybody's opinion? You can comment, do all that fun stuff. What do you think about RFK, Tulsi Gabbard? That's the confirmations this week. And there's one other, Kash Patel with the FBI. So you got 3 Senate confirmations this week. What does everybody think about? I mean, Mitch McConnell said no to Pete Hegseth, and what he did was kind of a backstabbing move. So he said, yes, let's go for the final vote. Let's do it. We got 51 votes. Let's go to the final vote. And then he said no on the final vote. And then JD Vance was like sleeping or, at his house, just playing patty cake with his kids or whatever. And he has to rush over to the Capitol to do the tie-breaking vote. Like, what was the point of doing a no, knowing in full well that JD was going to come around the corner?
Because I think he was hoping JD wouldn't show up.
Do you really?
I think that's what I think. He was hoping JD would not show up because they probably have a time frame. It probably has a time frame that JD has to get there. So because correct me if I'm wrong, the vice president stays at the what you call it.
The Illinois House or whatever?
No, it's like the Naval Observatory. That's what it's called. Don't they say at the Naval Observatory?
No, it's the Illinois House.
Oh, I thought they stayed at the Naval Observatory for some reason.
It's some kind of like house. It's just like a regular house. I saw when like Kamala was leaving, and then JD was Usha. She was mad and upset that Kamala and nobody gave him like child-proofing kit. Like tips on like, hey, I'm just looking to kind of child-proof the house and get kind of a head start on that, what to look for. And they just kind of gave him the middle finger. So she was kind of upset about like how I was just trying to be nice and ask questions, but like I didn't get any kind of like.
She's the second lady. Like who fucking like?
She was just mad because she didn't win.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't know. I hope that Kash Patel gets in FBI. I really hope that Tulsi Gabbard gets in there. But RFK with his like, hey, I'm going to go after the sludge that we're eating and the cancer
I feel like
products.
RFK is going to get approved, no problem. Actually.
I don't know. He's pissed off the Democrats, and the Democrats are pissed off at him.
Yeah, but he just needs 50%.
The problem is you got all these lobbyists that really, really, really don't want to see him in there.
Yeah. I see RFK getting it. I see Kash Patel getting it. I see Tulsi Gabbard getting. I would love to see her there, but I feel like she's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be now. Do I think all 3 will get approved because he's got Elon in his back pocket and he's got Doge in his back pocket. If it comes to it,
the thing of it is after the Pete Hegseth, I think it was the Pete Hegseth one. Kristi Noem, she didn't have a problem. She got like 59, but everybody was calling for Mitch McConnell to get off the Senate appropriation or the Rules Committee, and then you got Susan Collins and Murkowski that have appropriate, type of committees. And everybody on X was like, get them off the, if they could get punished and Thune could take them off these committees that get them a lot of extra money,
Yeah.
then maybe they'll vote differently. And, we'll see. This is what, the speaker, no, not the speaker of the House, but the Senate majority leader could do is actually put the squeeze on them and say, hey, if you vote no, guess what? We're going to take you off the, and take you away from all these committees and all that juicy stuff that they take advantage of.
Well,
So
isn't that what the whip is supposed to do? Like,
that's the Congress.
oh,
What whip does is, yeah, you're right. In Congress, they try to get all the votes, kind of a, like, can we get this passed? What's the point of voting for it if we can't even get it passed? That's kind of the whole point of the whip. But in the Senate, they probably meet behind closed doors and try to go, hey, can we get the votes to do this? What's the point of going on the floor and voting? We don't have the votes.
well, we just need Kentucky to fucking vote his ass out.
That's why Mitch McConnell, kind of did a dirty on everything, with this whole. I think he was trying to sabotage and saying, "Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
good."
yeah,
and he was trying to get maybe one or two of the other. I think Tom Tillis, or I think he was like, I don't know if he's a Democrat or Republican, but he's from North Carolina. I think he was really hoping for him to vote no, and then that would have sabotaged the whole thing.
Yeah, it's probably what he did.
Now, another thing that kind of raised questions because of this whole thing, I mean, this really was kind of a Democrat kind of a flimsy move, is now everybody's going, hey, we need to get a special investigation on the Sam Brown and the Voldy guy in Michigan and all these other Senate, elections that, were kind of sketchy, to say the least. Why didn't they get approved? So there's going to be a lot of investigations going on with that. I know this has nothing to do with your college spiel and your marketing. I know I just derailed it, but it's kind of a big deal that this is happening this week. And we hope that all the confirmations get approved and we have a good cabinet in place. I think it's a good cabinet pick.
Well, the beauty of the Russ,
for all three of them.
The beauty of the Russ podcast is you can't derail what a podcast is about everything. So,
I mean, as long as it's interesting and there's comments flying in from left and right and people are liking it.
Hey, we're just throwing a wide net, man. We're trying to say we're everything. I
mean, this is relevant because tomorrow, which this will be aired tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow is another confirmation. I can't remember who it was. I think it's the 29th, I think, is RFK's. I can't remember exactly when the meetings are, but this upcoming week will be kind of a big week for all those confirmation hearings. And then the Secretary of Treasury is tomorrow, I think, and that should be 99-0, which really begs me to question, why do you think Senator Marco Rubio got confirmed 99-0? Do you think there's any kind of red flag with that? He was the first one confirmed, 99-0.
What was Rubio going for again?
He's a Secretary of State. Now he's already confirmed. He's already touring the world right now.
Secretary of State. Probably because he's been around for a while and he's got
I think
connections.
he was just a likable guy and senator.
Yeah.
I think he was kind of like, hey, I'm just here to do my job. I'm not here to ruffle feathers.
Secretary of State, you're really not. They know you're normally the Secretary of State's really going to be like making deals with the other countries.
Yeah.
We all know Trump does his own deals.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like you might as well put whoever there.
Yeah.
Because you're just a talking head.
Yeah.
At that point.
I mean, Rubio, from what I can gather, is just doing his job. I don't think he's here to, light a fire under anybody's ass or anything like that. He's just there to, do as he's told and, shake hands. He was meeting with all these Hispanic countries and he was talking the native language. I thought that was kind of cool that he could just go up to Hispanic and just, the president of Guatemala or whatever the hell the country was. But he was just basically just talking and, I saw the post all in Spanish from the president. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool that, he could just go up to a country like that and just talk.
I don't think any of the anyone else has been confirmed on the first round anymore. You might get Patel on the first round, but I don't know. Definitely RFK is going to take probably 2 rounds. And I don't know if Gabbard's even going to get approved.
The only thing that I could see, RFK getting approved and, having a pretty good shot at is if they put the squeeze. And this is like what I was saying earlier with Thune. If he's going to take advantage of his position and put the squeeze on them, then...
or the squeeze is already happening. after what happened with the last one, the squeeze might already started.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
Trump
this is the weekend to really talk.
and
talk about
Trump's
things.
probably making calls. I mean, like, don't play this game with me.
Well, it was pretty funny when he was in LA when a reporter asked him. He was like, "What do you think about Mitch McConnell saying no?" And he was like, "I didn't know. I'm just happy that he won." And he
Yeah.
probably in the back of his mind wanted to say something different, but
Yeah.
he had to be politically correct.
No, he's like, oh, I know. He's like, don't worry, don't worry.
He's
He pulls his phone out. He's like, hey, Elon. Yeah, McConnell. Okay.
Well, the thing of it is, there's a lot of dirt on him and his wife. Taking money from China.
Yeah.
I mean, his past is a little shady. So if Elon wants to do that, I'm sure they could find a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna do a shout out for everyone out there in Kentucky. McConnell needs to go. McConnell
2026. That's his next election.
We need. I can't remember what senator we need to get rid of in Texas, but I can't remember his name. But I know I saw a few things I didn't like that he did, and we need to get rid of his ass too.
It's not Cruz. Cruz is good.
No, it's not Cruz. The other one.
I can't.
Oh, Gronk will tell us in a second.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Who are
Elon.
the two senators in Texas? John Cornyn.
John Cornyn needs to go.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
much about him. He's kind of under the radar kind of guy.
Yeah, but he always votes against anything. And he's pretty much
Is he a
anti.
Democrat? Or?
He's Republican,
Oh,
but
wow.
he's anti-Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Well, he needs to touch grass and smell the coffee.
Man,
Hey, times are changing.
He needs to go. Is what we need to do.
The majority of the country is flipping, and in this like small time frame. I mean, even Democrats in LA are going, "Hey, what the hell is going on? You guys can't even protect us and give us water."
Yeah,
Democrats suck. I mean, and it's not just me saying that. That's the people in LA are going. Did you? Well, we could save this for the next episode.
let's shut it down right here. We're at
Okay.
our 20-minute mark.
All right, well,
All right,
comment,
guys,
and
like, subscribe.
I beat you to it.
Yeah. Oh, you changed my buttons.
No,
You changed my buttons.
I tried to make it easy. I think it.
There you go.
All right. Well, that was a good ending to a good episode, I think.
All right. See y'all tomorrow.
All right.